Hello and welcome to our Oldfield Hall virtual open evening. I'm Rowan and I'm in Year 8. I'm a sports leader and I love all of the sports clubs and fixtures that school do.
Hi, my name is Jessica and I'm in Year 8. I love Oldfields because we have many brilliant facilities. The library has an amazing range of books, we get to do really cool experiments in the science labs, and we have loads of space to do PE.
School has large grounds, so there is loads of space to play sports and have fun.
We have AstroTurf, netball and basketball courts and huge playing fields where we do rugby, football and athletics. I enjoy art and DT, especially cooking, and last year, Year 7 and 8 took part in a fashion show to display the hats and outfits that we made.
All of the teachers are really nice and I enjoy it a lot.
The most memorable times for me at Oldfields have been taking part in the productions at the end of each year.
We do lots of productions like Beauty and the Beast or Oldfields at the musicals.
I have been in Bugsy Malone, Oliver, Beauty and the Beast, and was looking forward to being a gypsy in Hunchback of Notre Dame, but it was sadly cancelled due to the coronavirus. My very favourite subject is music. I play the piano, flute, and take part in the choir.
I play the saxophone and have my lessons at school.
Every year we attend Ingestre Hall for an entire weekend of music.
All of the staff at Oldfields are really nice. My favourite subjects are PE, science and DT. I've made lots of friends during my time here and will be sad to leave.
I have met some lovely friends since joining Oldfields and the staff are really kind. I will be sad to leave, but hopefully will be well prepared for my time at Thomas Lane's.
And now I'd like to introduce Mr. Glidden, our head teacher.
Hello and welcome to Oldfields Hall Middle School. My name is Carl Glidden and I'm really proud to be the head teacher at Oldfields, where I get to work every day with excellent staff and a great group of pupils. We understand that selecting the right school for your son or daughter is a big decision for any family, and therefore we feel it's our role to try and provide you with as much information as we can about Oldfields and about how we work as a school. So at the end of that process you can make a well-informed decision. We've put together a range of different events to provide that information from you about departments and about the activities that we undertake when we're in school. But if at the end of that you still have questions, feel free to contact us in school and we're happy to provide those answers. There's no such thing as a silly question. If it's a question that as a family you wish to know more about, feel free to contact us at school. Thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce some Oldfields musicians who are going to play for you. Jess is going to play piano and Libby's going to play the harp.
I'm Jessica and I'm going to play arabesque on the piano.
I'm Libby and this is Butterflies.
I'd like to spend a few moments talking about the three-tier system. I know that many families know that three-tier system very well, either because they went through that system themselves or because they've had older siblings already go through that system. However, many families that come to us from out of district are more familiar with the two-tier system. I'm very passionate about the three-tier system because I believe it allows youngsters to start their education often in quite a small, nurturing first school and then develop that education through middle school and onto high school. And it allows children to move school at a time that matches their level of maturity rather than an age picked by a system. We've seen it bring the best out of pupils on many occasions, helping them to achieve their full potential as they move through the school. So that three-tier system is a really key part of the provision that we're trying to offer to pupils at Oldfields. We also feel that the three-tier system allows us to work with every pupil as an individual. Everybody who comes through our school gates has got unique interests and skills and background that we want to draw on in their time in school. And that's why we would always say that we're best placed to support a child when the family works closely with us. There may be times throughout your child's time at Oldfields where something happens at home, and by sharing that information with us, we're better placed to support them from that point of view. From my point of view, working closely with home is a key aspect of us as a school. It allows us to support a child achieve their potential and draws on our professional capabilities. Moving schools is a big deal, and therefore we have a whole range of different activities that we undertake with first schools in order to support that transition. So they involve trips into our school so the youngster becomes familiar with school, but they also involve our staff going out to meet with first school staff and also to meet with first school children. So that actually when the youngsters come to Oldfields, they will have been with staff from Oldfields and the building itself on a number of occasions. A key part of what we wish to offer at Oldfields is opportunity. Not only the opportunity that exists within the classroom with quality teaching delivered by quality teachers, but also the opportunities that exist beyond the classroom. And we're very committed to that extracurricular provision because we believe that success breeds success. If a youngster is taking an active part in an extracurricular activity, we know that that creates a positive view of their time in school, and actually they're more likely to be successful in their various different subject areas. So that extracurricular activity, whether that's taking part in the robotics club, playing a sport for school, or being involved in the music department, we feel is a real key to helping that youngster be successful in other parts of the school. It will always be a key part of our school at Oldfields to offer youngsters opportunities, not just in the classroom, but beyond the classroom. From an academic point of view, we feel that middle schools have a lot to offer children because they do give that opportunity for specialist teaching in specialist teaching spaces quite early on in the child's educational career. And we know that brings good progress to those children as they move through Oldfields and on to the next stage of their educational journey. We're really proud of the progress that pupils make from the time they join us in Year 5 to the time that they move on to their further study at the end of Year 8. Outcomes for pupils in Key Stage 2 have been improving continually for a number of years, and our outcomes for students at the end of Year 8 are very strong. We're also really proud when our youngsters go on and make a real success of their time both at GCSE and A-level. I've tried to cover some of the key issues of our school, but I'm conscious there might be other questions that people wish to know more about. As I've said before, please feel free to contact us in school if you require more information about any aspect of school.
And now we have some Year 5 pupils who are going to speak to you who have just joined our school.
You shouldn't be worried about the bus because you'll probably be sitting near to your friends, or you should just make new friends. And none of the teachers will shout at you if you forget to do your homework if it's just a one-off, so you shouldn't worry about that either. And I feel really safe at Oldfields because there are these emails that we can send to our teachers, and if you want to catch up with your friends. It means that I can send stuff to my teachers like my homework. I'm excited about using Accelerated Reader and IXL because I've never used them before. I really like PE because there are loads of clubs to choose from. And there are DT and art rooms which I'm excited to use when we can, because the tools in there seem dangerous, but if you listen, quite fun to use. The playtime area is a lot larger than it used to be at my first school. And Oldfield celebrates a sponsored walk, which I did last Friday. I found that really exciting.
My time at OHMS. I really love OHMS because I've met new friends here at Oldfields and the teachers and staff are very kind. I've really enjoyed lots of subjects such as art, PE, science and DT. There's always excitement in the classrooms and something to look forward to every day. My friends gave me lots of confidence for my first few weeks, but I got better at subjects like science. Everybody is kind and helpful. It was very different for me coming here because I came from a very small school. I came from Talbot First School in Kingston, and my friends have been cheering me on coming here. The teachers are very respectful, and so are the students and other staff. I did not know anybody except for the 7 other students from Talbot First School, but now I have met some amazing new friends, and I am loving it at Oldfields.
My time at Oldfields. Oldfields is amazing. I love it. I'm enjoying meeting new terrific teachers and learning new skills in amazing art, playing cool games in perfect PE and exciting English with our terrific teachers Mrs. Jeffrey and Mrs. Knowledge, and epic experiments in super science and wonderful work in fantastic French.
Terrific teachers. Terrific teachers give advice, they serve the community and they're nice. When you need a lending hand, they'll try their best. A friendly friend. A friendly friend cheers you up. They serve right to your mistakes, and they'll always be there to do a lending hand. A safe school. A safe school at this time to help schools, but to Oldfields, to me, is protective. They protect everything. The staff is helpful, protecting them and the pupils. A perfect progress manager. It's Mr. Parks, that's him, the head of art. I'm so happy. My favourite subject is, of course, because of him. He is the best progress manager there's ever been.
So far in Oldfields. So far in Oldfields, it has not been a disgrace. You will not want to leave this place. You will learn and play. You will do this every day. Wonderful uniforms in every way. So comfortable and stylish every day. This place, it's so cool. You might not think it's a school. The teachers at this school are so bright. They will not give you a fright. They are subjects like RE. It's better if you put a smidge of PE.
And now Mrs. Fowler, who is our assistant head teacher, will answer some of the questions that have been sent in about joining Oldfields.
Hello, my name's Sam Fowler. I'm the assistant head teacher in charge of teaching and learning and curriculum. I'm also responsible for the transition of Year 4 pupils into Year 5 at our school. This is a very strange thing to be doing, talking to camera, and we hope that we can see you all in person very soon. We've had lots of questions sent in to us, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to answer some of those questions now. So our first question is about how forms are organised. We do a lot of liaison with our feeder first schools all the way through the year, but particularly starting in April. And we organise our forms first of all into friendship groups, and then also to get a good mix of different abilities and boys and girls. Our forms are organised into 4 houses, so each form is part of either Bamford, Johnson, Redfern or Haywood, and there is some information on our school website about our 4 houses. We like to encourage you to be with friends, but we also like to encourage you to make new friends, and we hope that that will happen very, very soon when you meet your new form in September. Then I've been asked when you'll see your form tutor. So you'll see your form tutor every day. You'll meet them first thing in the morning for a short registration period, and then you'll see them again in the afternoon for a much longer form period where we do lots of different things. We do things like reading, we look at news round, we look at current events, and we might also be doing planning for some of our big events like the Christmas fair and the summer fair. The next question I've been asked is, who do I see if I have a problem? We've got lots of different people to support you if you've got a problem in school. The first and most important person is your form tutor. So please go along and speak to them if there's anything that's worrying you. We've also got a lady in school who looks after all of our pastoral coverage. Her name is Mrs. James, and she's got a lovely room called the Reflection Room, and you can go and visit the Reflection Room if you need a little bit of looking after and a little bit of care. You'll also have a progress manager. So we have a progress manager in charge of each year group, and they're very good at sorting out any little problems that you might have. Mrs. Marsh oversees all our pastoral provision. She's our deputy head, and she looks after behaviour and attendance and well-being. And she's always got her door open and a hot chocolate ready for you if you need it. And finally, we've got our peer counsellors. When you're around school, you might notice that a few of our children are wearing red jumpers. There's normally about 16 peer counsellors, and they're specially trained to help Year 5. I was also asked, what if I feel poorly or if I hurt myself? Where do I go then? Well, the first thing to do is to talk to any member of staff who can help you. And then if we need to, we'll send you to the office where we've got qualified first aiders. And then finally on pastoral, I was asked what rewards there are. We've got lots of different rewards. You can earn achievement points in lessons. We sometimes give out prizes like books and sweets. We also have achievement assemblies once every half term where you might earn a certificate for particularly good work in a subject or as part of your form. And you can add all of those together to get badges at the end of the year. I was asked a question about what our school day's like, how's it organised, when does it start? So we start our school day under normal circumstances at 8:45 and we finish our school day at 3:45. For Year 5, that quite often takes a little bit of getting used to because that's a slightly longer day than your first school. But don't worry because you'll soon get sorted with it. We have tutor time in the morning and form time in the afternoon. And then you'll have 5 different lessons through the day. And hopefully by the time you join us, we'll be able to move around the school freely. You have a break time in the morning after lesson 1 where you can go and play on the patio or on the yard. And then we have a lunch time and you can spend your time in the canteen or outside eating your lunch and then you can go and play. Lots of people have asked what happens if they catch a bus because that's a very new thing for all of you. So the first thing I'd like to say is for mums and dads, Staffordshire County Council are in charge of bus provision and they'll be in contact with you if they think that you're entitled to it. If you think you need support with school transport, we advise you to contact them. The bus will pick you up at a certain time and you'll get a letter about that time and it will drop you off after school. Again, you'll get a timetable for that. At the start of the day, when you arrive in school, we've got members of staff on the yard ready to greet you and they will tell you exactly where to go and what to do. And then at the end of the day, we organise bus queues and you get into the bus queue for your bus and we'll help you to find that and so will the older children and then we get on the buses one at a time. If you miss the bus, don't worry. Your parents can phone up and we can sort something out and you won't miss the bus at the end of the day because we know exactly who's got to get on each bus. Lots of parents have asked whether we've got a before and after school club. Well, we have. It's run by a company called Happy Hours and it runs in the old house part of our school. They're absolutely brilliant at helping Year 5 out and they'll show you where to go from Happy Hours to get into school and then our staff will help you to find your way to Happy Hours at the end of the day. More information is available about that and we'll make sure that their contact details are on our school website. Lots of children I know are also worried about the size of our school and what happens if they get lost. One of the great things about Oldfields is that everybody wants to help. And I quite often have older children who are a little bit late for their lessons in the first 2 or 3 weeks of term because they're busily helping Year 5 find their way around the school. So don't worry at all about that. You'll have lots of volunteers wanting to help you. Lots of children have asked what our staff are like, and that's really easy to sum up. We've got a really friendly, very supportive staff who just want you to be the best you can be. And then I've been asked what our lessons are like. I don't think you'll find our lessons very different from what you do at first school. You'll have lots of different subjects, including English and maths. You'll have more lessons of English and maths than you'll have of other subjects, which I think is probably the same as first school. And hopefully you'll get to work in our specialist areas down in art and DT and in the science labs and over in the music mobile. We do lots of work with our first schools to find out how good you are at those different subjects and what your strengths are. So don't worry about being able to cope with the work. That was something that somebody said. What happens if I don't cope with the work? You will cope with the work because we've talked to the first schools a lot about how good you are, and we'll be able to sort the work out very, very quickly to make sure that you can cope with it. Homework's always a big question for people when they start at middle school, because that might be a little bit different from first school. But to reassure you all, it's really very, very similar to first school at the start. So we do reading homework, spelling homework, and punctuation and grammar homework for English. And then we do maths homework. And in your first half term, that'll be the only homework you get while you settle in with us. Gradually, over the course of the year, you'll get more homework given to you so that by the time you get into year 6, every subject is setting you homework. And then we spend year 7 and 8 getting you ready for the increased demands of what it's like being up at high school when you're getting ready for your GCSEs. We have a fantastic library to help you with your reading homework with a huge range of books. And our librarian is very interested to hear if you've got any books that you would like us to get in stock. We do have some money to spend every single year. We have junior librarians who can help you find the books that you're interested in as well. I was asked lots of questions about what extracurricular activities we have available. We pride ourselves on having lots of different extracurricular activities. So we've got our library that's open at break time and lunchtime, where not only can you go and borrow books, but you can also do your homework and do lots of different activities. And the library runs lots of competitions throughout the year. We have a huge range of sports clubs, so no matter whether you're interested in football, rugby, gymnastics, dance, or any other sporting activity, there'll be something there for you. Why not try something new when you come to us? We have lots of music clubs, so we've got an orchestra, a choir. We look at ukuleles in year 7, so you'll be able to join in with that when you're a little bit older. And we have lots of singing groups as well, like year 5 and 6 pop voices. We have an art club and we have a DT club, and you might get to do sewing and textiles work in year 5 and then cooking as you get into Key Stage 3. Mr. Griffiths runs lots and lots of ICT clubs, including a club that's all based around Minecraft. And we've got a Lego club as well, so if you enjoy building Lego models, that might be the club for you. And finally, we encourage people to come to us with suggestions for clubs. So last year, some of our year 5s wanted to set up their own school magazine, and we let them do that, and we managed to publish 2 magazines before, unfortunately, we went into lockdown. So if you want to set up a club and we haven't got that club available to you, come and speak to one of us and we'll be able to help. I was also asked what special events we have in school. What do we do that's different? Well, we support World Book Day, as I'm sure you do at your first school. We have a sponsored walk every September, which helps us to raise money for events in school. We run at least 3 concerts every year, one specially for year 5, and a Christmas concert and a summer concert or show. We have a big sports day in July, which is really, really exciting. We run Christmas fairs and summer fairs, and we also encourage you to be involved in lots of fundraising events. So we always support children in need, we always support Red Nose Day, and we always support year 8 with raising money for their prom. But again, if you've got any things that you want to raise money for, anything that's special or dear to your heart, let us know and we'll let you raise some money for that. I hope that's answered some of your questions. If there are any more questions you'd like answered, please email our school office and we'll do our best to get back to you. We hope to see you very soon.
And now we have some parents who are going to talk about their family's experience at Oldfields Hall.
So I can hardly believe it was over 4 years ago that we were obviously making what's a difficult decision ourselves about middle schools. I think really there were three factors that we thought about. One was, that influenced us. One was neighbours, family, sort of local people having a very good reports of the school, particularly from their children who had moved on to Thomas Lane's, and obviously made that transition very smoothly. And what we were hearing was that the little ones were looked after in a separate unit, but then the actual sort of ethos of the school is to prepare confidence for senior school, and that's what we've seen very much over the 4 years. Second thing was the site. Sadly, people won't be able to visit, but the fabulous grounds for the sport and sort of informal play, excellent facilities for the actual teaching. I think the children really appreciate the old house and the opportunity to actually learn in that sort of really beautiful environment. But then finally, I think what tipped it for us was the contact we had with the school over the musicals. So our son was part of Bugsy Malone from first school, and I came here very apprehensively to drop him off the first time. Was immediately greeted by some very big, scary Bugsy Malone's gang, but they saw that we were lost, didn't know what to do, and they immediately asked us if they could help, took our youngster across to where he should be. And I think that has proved to be the real ethos of the school, that very cohesive connection between the different children. So if we look back now over the 4 years, I think it is quite an exceptional school. And I think the essence of that is really the staff and the commitment and the fact that everybody on site, office, the site crew, really get to know the children, and they use that knowledge to help the children find their strengths, but also support them in their sort of what they find difficult. I think what makes the school sort of really how it is the actual communication between the staff. They do seem to quite enjoy working with each other, and they certainly communicate very effectively. If you have something perhaps difficult happening at home, you will find that very quickly will get to all the staff, and everybody will know to support that child particularly. Also, teaching has engaged the children, clearly of a good standard. They make use of the facilities that there are here. And then all of the extracurricular activities. What my children have said, I should say, is that whatever the person's interest is, there will be something that they can sort of actually engage in. So the trips, the clubs, making robots, watching the sunrise over France with the head teacher, all of the sort of opportunities, and then they're accessible to children who perhaps, are shy. They'll be brought into these types of activities. So really, it's been a very positive 4 years. Our son has settled very well into senior school, and I think that the staff get to know the children so well that it's not one size fits all. So now our daughter, who's very different, is equally excelling here, very settled here and enjoying it. And her parting shot this morning was to just say, say it's a nice, warm, cosy place. And that was her impression of school. So that would be my view of Oldfields. So if I were to sum up the school in just a few words, I think it really would be the commitment of the staff in terms of really getting to know the children and the relationships that they develop with the children, but also amongst the team, the entire team on site, and how constructive they are.
Our Oldfield was always our first choice. It had a fantastic reputation. Coming from our former school over in Abbots Bromley, we only ever heard from other parents good reports, which is always a good indication. When we got to the age of Harry looking for a school, it seemed the logical sequence and choice to continue on with the information we've been given. We're very fortunate because Harry now is in the final year of the school. My daughter Kira's at the start of her time at the school, and from how Harry has benefited, developed and grown, our expectations have been met and beaten in every aspect that we could think of as parents. The biggest change in Harry has his education has developed. He has got far more a greater understanding of everything academic as you would want your child to have. But as an individual, He arrived here as a young child and he's leaving here now as a very well-rounded teenager. The experience he's gained from his time at Oldfield have been way beyond that of pure academic study. There's been an awful lot of time spent in nurturing the individual, developing the person that he is turning into, and I couldn't be more prouder of the young man that Harry is slowly turning into. And that's because of the surroundings he's got here. Moreover, the staff that have been guiding him, developing them, and the end result is an individual who I'm proud to call my son. One of the nicest things has actually been everything that's off the curriculum, really. He's spent time away with the school, working with his music. I can't remember the name of the venue now. Industry Hall. That was the one, yeah, Industry. That was an amazing experience. We were quite questioning Harry's commitment to drums until we turned up, and we were in awe with where he was with his levels of skills at that time. So his study that he's been doing outside of the standard curriculum has been brilliant. His development with his reading, he's taken on board working with the library and loved that. He reads more books than I can keep him stocked up with. His enjoyment of being outdoors has improved no end, which is a good sign. And pries him off his PlayStation. So there's lots more that the school has had to offer that our children have embraced, which help them develop and grow as little people. The transition from one school to Oldfield has been amazing. We've seen it twice now with Harry and with Kira. Both of which the transitions have been greatly different. Kira's settled in far better than we could have imagined. The response we have of getting her out of bed in the morning is beyond whatever was previously. She's excited to go to school, she's motivated to go to school, and actually she's normally racing a brother down the stairs because the pair of them are sort of keen and eager to start another school day, which might seem mad, but it is the gospel truth. A lot of work's gone into it from the staff. There's been lots of communications to and fro. We've had emails and phone calls to reassure us how well they're doing. But the best measure that we've had of the transition has been their excitement. Even though we're now at the end of the first half term, they're still as keen and eager, which is a godsend. If I was to give any other parent advice about should their child come to Oldfield, I would definitely say yes. The staff are exceptional, the location is outstanding, and far more goes into the individual above and beyond the academic work.
Thank you for watching our virtual open evening. There are a series of films about each individual department, giving you more information about them. If you have any more questions or would like further information about the school, please contact the school office. Thank you for watching our virtual open evening.